The Untold Scandals of WWE Legend Scott Steiner Unmasked. If you think you know Scott Steiner, think again. Scott Steiner may be a wrestling legend, but his reputation is far from squeaky clean. Today, we're exposing the dark side of a big Poppa Pump and the controversies that have haunted his career. Scott Rechsteiner, better known as Scott Steiner, was born on July 29, 1962. He's a big name in American professional wrestling. Scott truly shone in World Championship Wrestling, WCW, but didn't stop there. He's wrestled for various groups, including Jim Crockett Promotions, WWE, Impact Wrestling, and Extreme Championship Wrestling. He has claimed 4 world championships, including titles in WCW and WWA. Back in the 80s and 90s, he teamed up with his older brother Rick to form the Steiner Brothers. They were quite successful, snagging tag team titles in several major wrestling organizations. Scott has headlined many major wrestling events, including WCW and WWE Survivor Series in 1993. However, this legend lived a life so controversial and dark that it will absolutely blow your mind. In April 1998, Scott Steiner, a big name in professional wrestling, found himself in quite a bit of trouble in Cherokee County, Georgia. The incident began when a Department of Transportation worker informed him that an interstate exit ramp was closed. Steiner, known for his quick temper, didn't take this news well and in a moment of rage, hit the worker with his pickup truck, not just once but twice, seriously injuring him. This serious offense led to Steiner's arrest, and he faced heavy charges, including aggravated assault and making terroristic threats, both of which are felonies that could have sent him to prison for up to 30 years. In the end, Steiner pleaded guilty to these charges, which probably saved him from a longer, more complicated court battle, but it certainly didn't help his reputation. But this wasn't just a one-off incident. Steiner's aggressive behavior seemed to be a recurring theme. For instance, during his days at WCW, Steiner and another wrestler, Buff Bagwell, had a serious backstage fight. It started with some harsh words and quickly escalated to physical blows, with Steiner hurting Bagwell pretty badly. This fight just added more tension to an already charged atmosphere backstage. Steiner's behavior towards women has also raised eyebrows. He's been accused several times of making really inappropriate and offensive remarks to female wrestlers and fans. These comments ranged from being just plain rude to downright sexually suggestive, creating a very uncomfortable vibe for those around him. His aggressive streak didn't mellow even after his wrestling days were over. After leaving Total Nonstop Action Wrestling (TNA), he blamed the company's struggles on others and didn't shy away from making threats against them on social media, saying he'd get physical if they ever crossed paths. These comments were not only aggressive but pretty alarming, considering they could incite actual violence. Steiner claimed it was all a big misunderstanding, but by then, the damage to his public image was already extensive. Through all these incidents, it's clear that Scott Steiner's career has been marked by controversy and aggression as much as by his achievements in the ring. His tendency to fly off the handle not only messed up many of his professional relationships, but also left a lasting impact on how people see him. It's a bit of a mixed legacy, impressive in the ring but definitely complicated outside of it. You can't deny his impact though. Scott Steiner really carved out a name for himself in the wrestling world. Born in Bay City, Michigan, on July 29, 1962, he first hit the mats in college wrestling at the University of Michigan, competing in the 156-pound category. Scott quickly showcased his potential, eventually earning All-American status. He debuted in the Indianapolis-based Continental Wrestling Association, continuing to dominate the tag team scene with wrestlers like Billy Joe Travis and Jed Grande. 1989 was a big year for Scott as he stepped into WCW and took on the ring name Scott Steiner. He dove right into high-stakes matches, often teaming with his brother Rick. The Steiner brothers quickly became fan favorites, notorious for their thrilling matches and dramatic storytelling. Scott wasn't just a tag team wrestler, he also shined in singles competitions. He competed in the NWA/WCW Television Championship Series in 1990 and vied for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship in 1991. Despite facing challenges like his brother's injury, Scott kept proving his mettle in the ring. The Steiner Brothers eventually moved to the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, in 1992, continuing their streak of victories and engaging in feuds with top tag teams. Their performances in events like WrestleMania and Royal Rumble were memorable, to say the least. But their time in WWF was just a chapter in their storied careers as they returned to Japan and WCW. That's where Scott transformed into a big Poppa Pump, a bolder and brasher character that really stood out. Joining the infamous New World Order, NWO faction, Scott took on a villain role, which included betraying his brother. This new persona wasn't just about his in-ring skills. His unique promos, often filled with humor and bravado, became iconic. Scott's wrestling journey didn't end in WCW. He made his way to Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, and TNA, maintaining his high level of performance. In TNA, he was involved in a slew of storylines, forming alliances and rivalries that kept fans glued to their screens. Even later in his career, Scott made appearances in various wrestling promotions, including a return to TNA and stints in the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA. His contributions to wrestling have left an indelible mark on the sport, celebrated for his athleticism, charisma, and truly unforgettable character. Scott Steiner's career in wrestling is a tale of legendary feats inside the ring and controversial moments outside of it. His journey from a college wrestling champion to a pro wrestling icon, a big Poppa Pump, is filled with victories and memorable storylines. However, his path was also marred by moments of aggression and inappropriate behavior that cannot be overlooked. Steiner's achievements, such as becoming a four-time world champion and winning numerous tag team titles with his brother, highlight his skill and dedication to wrestling. Yet his quick temper and public disputes have often overshadowed these accomplishments, leading to a complex legacy that blends awe with astonishment. Despite the mixed reactions, he remains a significant figure in the wrestling world, his name synonymous with both excellence and excess. His story serves as a reminder of the pressures and pitfalls that come with fame and high-stakes environments like professional wrestling. So, what do you think about Scott Steiner's colorful career? Is he a wrestling legend, a cautionary tale, or perhaps a bit of both? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more insights into the lives of wrestling's most compelling figures. Thanks for watching. Also, if you like this video, make sure to check out our latest one on Andre the Giant. I'm sure you'll love it.